Let's talk a little bit, John, about Ring of Honor because several announcements came through today. The first of which is that ROH tapings have been confirmed for the end of February at Universal Studios in Florida, of course. The first set of ROH tapings are under Tony Khan is set for this month, as first reported by Fightful Select and Voices of Wrestling. Tony Khan has confirmed on Busted Open Radio that the tapings will take place on Saturday, February the 25th, and Sunday, February 26th at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. It marks the first taping since Tony Khan purchased the brand last year and staged 3 pay-per-view events throughout 2022. This was followed by news from Tony Khan on SI.com, who announced that the first episode of these new Ring of Honor tapings will debut on Thursday, March 2nd on the Honor Club streaming platform as the promotion gets set for Supercard of Honor at the end of March in Los Angeles. The date coincides with the 1-year anniversary of Khan's announcement on Dynamite that he had purchased Ring of Honor from Sinclair Broadcasting along with its tape library, which will be available as well on Honor Club. Siino, how excited are you for these ROH tapings? What do you think of it taking place at Universal Studios?
I mean, that's where they've been taping the Tuesdays AEW Dark, so you have like very similar, I'm guessing a very similar style to what they're going to be doing with Ring of Honor. My only like negative about it is how much like is really going to be happening on these shows, because these spoilers tend to go out like live as they're happening when they do the AEW Dark, when people are putting photos and results online already. So I don't see anything significant happening on these shows, unfortunately. That's like my only like downside on it. But it's, you know, it's obviously good to get some of the talent that we probably don't see on AEW or haven't seen in a while finally get a chance to showcase. I'm hoping for some sort of like change as far as like the look of the set. I don't want it to look like AEW Dark. I want it to look totally different, change up as much as you possibly can, maybe even filming differently. I saw somebody online, I think it was on Post Wrestling message, the message board, about how they hope that like Tony Khan isn't in charge of writing it, just to give it a different flair and a different style. So I don't know if he has other people that he intends on helping out, because he's doing a lot on his plate, obviously. So hopefully he can get somebody to help him out, write the storylines and do something a little bit different than what we're seeing. Because I don't want to see another AEW Dark. Basically, I want to see something totally different and fresh.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling these tapings and this product overall is mainly going to be sold on sort of word of mouth, coming off of what hopefully are going to be killer matches. You know, I don't even know if so much if it's the storylines or all that are really going to be the hook for it. I mean, I think it's going to be some report from a live attendee there that's going to tell everybody, you have to see this match. This was, you know, a match of the year candidate. This is the thing that I think, you know, has worked out best for Rampage thus far, and maybe even for something like a Dark, and especially if you're going to charge somebody a price to watch essentially what hopefully is not just an extension of Dark or even Rampage, you kind of need to bring that level of quality. So I think as a cost-efficient way of starting out, you know, it makes a lot of sense. Like at this point, I mean, this is an online show. And, you know, you're going to be limited, I suppose, you know, versus maybe in terms of income versus a TV deal, for instance. I think as a way to start out, it makes sense. We'll see if the quality can maybe match up to, you know, the demands of this monthly pricing.
Do you see possibly, like, maybe not right away, but in the long run, exclusive stars that you can only see on Ring of Honor? Like, I doubt like Claudio, who's obviously the champion right now, will only be on Ring of Honor content, but like maybe that's like one of the hooks is like, if you want to see like Wheeler Yuta, if you want to see Mark Briscoe, if you want to see Claudio, you have to pay for the Honor Club to see them. I mean, that might work, right?
I think so. But you know, it's sort of like a bit of a double-edged sword, because like certain talent, you're kind of like AEW TV needs the big names too, right? You know, like if it was the Briscoes and they still were in that weird sort of like, you know, banning from TBS or in TNT, I think they would have been the perfect type of hook, you know, to get people to exclusively sign up to Honor Club to see them. And you know, obviously, unfortunately, that's not such a thing anymore. It's not possible now. Like, is a Tony Khan willing to, I don't know, sequester Samoa Joe onto ROH? Maybe that's what he wants. And maybe you could sacrifice the Samoa Joe, you know, to not be on AEW TV. It'll be interesting to see how they play with it, and how much co-promotion will continue to exist on AEW television.
Maybe we'll get a draft. We'll have a Ring of Honor AEW draft.
and maybe it'll mean absolutely nothing, like most of the wrestling drafts tend to. let us know in the comments and then in the chat room. Are you guys going to be signing up for Ring of Honor's Honor Club? You know, this is certainly of interest to myself and everybody.